Welcome back everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Where we left off last time, we were back in our capital, just doing some ruler stuff after defeating Ratnook Hill. That place was rough. We also killed a noble and a bandit camp. The noble was from Pitax, and I felt a little bit bad about killing him because he wasn't actually too bad of a guy. Kind of an asshole, but I mean, he didn't really do anything murder-worthy, but then he threatened to vassalize our nation, and we had to murder him out of principle. So that's where we're at on that one. We're gonna head down to the Kobold Trail, I think. We're gonna kind of start to do this area with the Witch's Hut, the Dwarven Ruins, the Verdant... Well, the Verdant Chambers is a different thing entirely. Troll clearing, stuff like that. Eventually we're gonna go to Candlemere Island, which I'm not looking forward to. I did do some selling between videos. We sold all of our junk that we're not going to use. And we are on our way. We actually have a bunch of money now. I picked up a phylactery of lesser positive channeling, sorry, for our dwarf. Oh, we're going the wrong way. That's fine. You know what? We'll fight out this encounter. We'll rest after this encounter once we reach the next little map blip, cross the river, and then see where we can go. We have to watch our dates though, we can't stay out for too long. What is a shambling mound?
We can do it!
Okay, we should be able to kill a shambling mound.
This strike, my masterpiece!
Yeah, no big deal. I don't think they drop any loot though. Just some experience. How close are we to a level, by the way? Very far. It's almost 7,000 experience away. So we have a little bit of time before we level up to level... What level are we? 7? 6? We are currently level 6. We'll... yeah, get back to this blip. And then we'll rest, because we're all getting fatigued. The 9th of Rova. I kind of want to be back in town by like the 14th or so of Rova. We can send our economic advisor out on things. So let's do the Kobold Trail mission while we're here. Or the Kobold Camp. Which one? I guess the camp first, so let's do that. We'll just do the first one we run into. In terms of the path to actually go to the place. You see a gang of kobolds resting around a campfire. When they finally notice you, they jump up and start scuttling around, making a mess and bumping into each other, all the while muttering something in their hissing language. One kobold emerges from the swarming crowd. His scales are a touch lighter than those of his companions. Upon closer inspection, he seems to be extremely old. His skin is dry and lifeless, and he clearly lost some of his scales long ago. There's something curious about this kobold. He seems to be calm, confident, and wise. The old kobold hisses. The rest of the kobolds immediately calm down. "Greetings," he says, addressing you and sticking out his hand. "Greetings. I shake his hand. "Greetings." You shake the old kobold's hand. It's slimy and cold. He continues to stare, his eyes still yellow and emotionless. "Kobolds humans love," the old kobold says. "Men's love." Tartuk King search. The old kobold seems to have said his piece, so he continues to stare at you with his cold, still eyes. "Tartuk, what a familiar name. Tell me, do you know the story of the Sootscale kobold tribe?" The kobold seems to not understand a single word you're saying, but reacts to the word Sootscale. "Sootscale bad, not friend." Alright, let's get this sorted out. All the kobolds are staring at you now, no blinking or movement among them. It's starting to get uncomfortable. Tartuk trolls love search Tartuk kobold. Search old. No matter how hard you try, you can't glean anything useful from the old kobold's gibberish. "Well, I got more important things to do than solve your riddles. Farewell." The kobolds quickly gather and leave into the woods. "Sorry, kobolds, I don't understand a word you're saying, I guess." Oh, we got some camping supplies. I'm not sure I would trust Kobold camping supplies, but here we are. Anyways. I wonder what this...
We do it my
Oh, I see.
way.
We're in the rain, so it's slow moving. I don't see anything else around, so let's just get out of here. I guess we're going to the Kobold path then instead. We still have this weird bone pile graphical glitch in some of our maps. I don't really know why. But I guess that is just something that exists in this world. Just a random bone pile. Sometimes it floats in the air like 20 feet in the air. The hill seemed pleasant, even welcoming. No grey doom and gloom. Just walking along the path and enjoying the view of the cute little white pyramids built out of pebblestone. Wait. Was it pebblestone? Horror of horrors. What I mistook for pebbles were polished bones. All along the path, the grass was riddled with pyramids made of polished kobold remains. It got us thinking, is it wise to follow such a grim path, the way marked by death itself? We followed the path. Trying to brush away the thoughts on who may have polished the kobold vertebrae and why, we quickly moved along the path leading through the Pale Hills. It didn't take long for us to reach a mountain river with a bridge crossing over it. Well, bridge might be a bit generous. It was actually just a long branch about as thick as an arm, spanning from one bank to the other. It may have been enough for a kobold to cross, since we could see another of those small bone pyramids on the far side, but it didn't look strong enough for our party to cross. Is there a branch that would help us cross the river? The branch did have one thing going for it, though. Being so thick, it happened to be quite sturdy. That didn't make the flimsy crossing any less slippery or challenging to anyone daring to set foot on it. I wonder how many kobolds have slipped on the wet bark and found a watery grave in the ice-cold river. We ready to rope for this one? Foresight has always been among our esteemed Baron's strongest virtues. With the practiced motions of a seasoned adventurer, he pulled a length of rope out of his pack and prepared it to be tied around the waist of whoever would be brave enough to step on that branch and attempt to cross the river. That would at least help reduce the risk of drowning. Alright, we're sending someone over. It's gonna be our rogue. Although her athletics sucks, but her mobility is... Actually, you know what? It's our monk. 16, 12, 12, as opposed to 16, negative 3, 10. Cylene was unperturbed by the thin branch and the speeding current. After a deep breath, our volunteer set forth along the precarious crossing. One stepped in another, then a few feet crossed with no trouble. I started to think that maybe things would be fine. That's when the branch jerked and started to shake. It was rolling over. With no time to think, all Cylene could do was jump to the other side. Oh, the lengths we'll go in our efforts to keep our pride untarnished and our pants dry. One incredible jump and Cylene was on the other side. Cylene took a moment to catch her breath and turned her attention back to the crossing. As soon as the rope was securely fastened on both banks, the branch didn't seem as much a death trap as it had before. We crossed the river. One small pyramid made of polished kobold bones may be a bit spooky, but it's not unbearable. But how about thousands? We found ourselves looking over a proper kobold graveyard. Each little pyramid marked of a kobold death, and that mark made out of their own remains. Yeesh. But the real enigma, though, waited at the heart of the burial ground. The centerpiece was made of hundreds, maybe even thousands, of polished bones, all put together to form the head of an enormous dragon. Imagine it, these small, nonsensical reptiles somehow managed to create a sculpture both fearsome and magnificent. Such might, and yet such frailty as well. If a single bone were to be removed from the foundation, this beautiful statue would crumble to dust, and I even spotted one such flimsy bone. Regardless, we'd come face to face with irrefutable proof the kobolds, for better or for worse, were changing. This news has no impact on our search for the trolls, though. The land was clearly sacred to the kobolds, and it seemed unlikely they would bring their new friends here. But how would the Baron deal with the structure we found in the realm? I think we'll just respect the kobold shrine. Following my advice, the Baron adjusted the dangerously loose bone in hope of reinforcing the remarkable composition. His Grace was standing to leave when a glint from the dragon's jaw drew his attention. Carefully reaching inside, the Baron pulled out what appeared to be a large, dirty stone. Beneath an outer layer of clay, we found a finely cut emerald. It seemed the kobold spirits decided to grant us a gift. Stowing the offering in his bag, the Baron turned and left. We dutifully followed our leader, and soon the bizarre Kobold burial ground was far behind us. That was neutral good. We gotta start doing some more evil things. Alright, how close are we to something we can do? Head up to the verdant... No, we need to be alone for that. We could try to get to the Swamp Witch's hut. I think it's this way? And then south?
My life is a burden.
What's it? It's the 11th of Rova, so we have a little bit of time. Oh good, that didn't take any extra time to go hunting this time. Hey, that's good. Any attacks? No attacks. Let's go into the Swamp Witch's hut. We definitely need to get some of these little areas done because we've been spending a lot of time in our capital ruling things, which is important, mind you, but at the same time, gotta get things done. We have trolls to hunt and kill and stuff like that. I don't remember this area very well. Oh, I do actually. Never mind. This is the Scythe Tree area, isn't it?
Won't be halted.
This area can be kind of hard, depending on your saving throws against the Scythe Tree. A boar, a dire boar.
Stand with me.
3 dire boars. It was more than one. Dead dire boars. Skin them all. No extra skin.
Adventures await.
I really don't think that heal is all that good, but whatever. I guess it's extra healing anyways. We failed to collect the mud leaf. Oh no, we got some that time.
My way.
Wait, that stuff's worth 33 experience apiece? Why is Mudleaf worth so much experience? I get it's a knowledge nature check, but that's a lot of experience for a knowledge nature check.
I won't be halted.
Like, that's 100 experience just from picking up 3 leaves if we get them all. It's a lot of experience. Guys, again, I want to succeed. I need that sweet, sweet experience to gain levels. What is the DC actually? We should check that first. Because if it's ludicrously high and we're just gonna fail over and over again, there's no real point. DC 27, so we need to roll 17. Yeah, it's gonna be really low for us to get any of these. So if we get one, we'll be lucky. If we don't, oh well. It's not worth trying over and over again to get them. We got 2. That's actually pretty good considering our DC. Oh, DC 25 on that one, so 15 and above. There are 2 creatures here. One's a satyr and one is a dryad, I believe. As you approach the grove, you hear 2 voices in soft conversation. The first is a velvet baritone, begging on the brink of tears. Please, Teresia, my love, don't send me away. I'd rather die than... I want you to live, a girl's voice says sharply. Elkos, you are my knight in shining armor. I love you like I've never loved anyone before. But if you stay, you'll... The girl's voice falters, and she collapses into sobs. Wait, there's somebody here. Show yourself. Approaching, you notice a fae couple, a satyr and a dryad, who watch you with an anxious look. What happened to the village? The dryad gives a heavy sigh and closes her eyes as if remembering. It was a beautiful place, a human village on the edge of the real fae kingdom. They lived in peace alongside the fae for generations, united by friendship, sometimes even by love. The dryad looks away. That is, until our queen, Calotropsia, lost her heart to the headman's daughter. Such a beautiful couple, but it happened at their wedding day. Both humans and fae had gathered to celebrate the union. Nobody knows what happened next, but in the midst of the festivities, Calotropsia suddenly transformed. She changed into a monster. The dryad's voice drops, and she glances around as if afraid another might hear. She became the Scythe Tree. She killed her bride, her love, then destroyed the village. Humans fled or were killed, same with the Fae. Our kingdom fell in a heartbeat. I couldn't leave my tree, so I slept for many years until I woke to the sound of pipes, playing such beautiful music. She smiles at Falkos. A girl from the village married a dryad? Tiresias smiles. Your world and the world of the Fae are great and wide, yet rarely do they touch. It is unfortunate, for when they do, great joy is possible, not simply between two souls, but more so when a third arises from their love, a child either born or found. Here, for instance, when my tree and I were far younger than we are now, a girl lived here, Elga Verniex. She was the daughter of the woman from the village, her father, a satyr. We loved her so much, watching her grow, laugh, learn. She shakes her head. But her mother took her and left. If she still lives, she's certainly forgotten all about us. Her poor father missed her so much. The grief never left him. It was in his eyes when he passed. The dryad is silent for a moment, averting her eyes, then turns to face you again. Humans and Fae both love. They love strongly, and we feel the same pain when we are cut off from the ones we hold in our hearts. What are you arguing about now? These lands could be beautiful again, but not as long as this monster exists. Falkos' hand curls into a fist. We cannot leave, we must fight. My sweetheart, my love, Tiresias' voice trembles on the verge of tears. You've tried already, and barely survived. Please, I'll endure. I'll go to sleep again. If you were to die, it would hurt me far more than if I let you go, knowing you're far away but alive and well. Look at me, Teresia. I'll never leave you, never. I beg you, don't send me away. Being without you, it will kill me as surely as the scythe tree itself. Scythe tree won't leave us be. Simply being brave is not enough to defeat it. Falkos, sooner or later it will kill you. The dryad turns to you hopeful. I beg you, put an end to the creature, end our suffering, and its suffering as well. We'll find a way to reward you. Maybe I could help, depending on what you're offering. It's not much, but Teresia gets a small chest from under the tree roots. Fine, I'll help you. I'm so grateful, you're a savior. You'll find us south of here in a large glade. Good luck, we'll wait for you here. Alright, so we have to go kill a scythe tree. We'll save because it's always good to save after a long conversation, so you don't have to do it again when you inevitably die to dire wolves or something. Ooh. Oh, that's a bad sound.
Charge! Die! Die! Die!
Luckily, for some reason, our formation is messed up again. That's not right either. And our mage wasn't in the back like he was supposed to be, so he's not going to get horribly mangled at the moment. Although our rogue might. Oh, he's going to get horribly mangled from the back instead. The other back. He'll be fine. There's a greater werewolf? Change of plans, everyone. You're on that. That's a bad. Okay. We're gonna cast buffs quickly. A greater werewolf and a bunch of wargs is not what I expected. I mean, I did expect the wargs, but I didn't remember the greater werewolf. And that's why you quick save. So there you go. Right, the formation's gonna be messed up again, isn't it? Yes. Okay. You're gonna go here. Nope. And you're gonna go there. Yes. What? No, I want the monk. I'm actually gonna put the monk in the back. She's super fast. And she can be a rear guard.
I won't be halted.
If she needs to get into combat, she can run really, really quickly, so I'm not too worried about getting her there. Now here's a question. I'm actually kinda gonna test something. Do these wargs exist already, or do they appear as part of this encounter? They totally exist already. Huh. Actually wasn't expecting that.
This ends you.
That knockdown's really annoying. Okay, we'll get more buffs on, because this is, actually, you know what, maybe we'll be okay. Nobody's dead. We're fine.
You didn't? I will see this through.
Let's heal everyone up. Excellent, 7 to health. Oof. Big healer. Alright, what do we get? A Masterwork Longsword, garbage, breastplate. Oh, I didn't mean to pick all that. Whatever. Just give them all. Pick that all. Drop the breastplate. and go loot the thing. Alright, so we killed a greater werewolf.
Interesting.
Ooh. An amulet of some sort. A Taldan's warrior tag. And a ring of protection +2. That's a little bit better than what we're used to.
I won't take that.
Oops, that's not the right slot. 25 armor now. Good, good. He's already at 25 armor, she's at 21. What was this one again? Oh, this is Tartusio's present from way back in the beginning of the game. It still only gives +1 to armor. Does anyone need one? Yes, I guess you do.
Get it off me! Oh, take this thing away from me.
Why can't you use it? I guess it's only usable by Jade Maul. Oh well, we'll sell it off.
We do it my way.
Alright. Moving on with our adventure. So we promised we'd kill a scythe tree now. We'll do that in a minute though. There's other things to explore around the area first. We're only really killing the scythe tree because experience for quests kind of important. We want to get, ideally we want to be level 7-ish when we go into the troll dungeon area. We could do it at level 6, but it's just easier for level 7. That's a lot of wargs.
Out of my way.
Clean strike.
I don't think I really needed haste. I think I might have been a little bit
I lead. You follow.
too concerned about that fight. What's that? A normal longsword is garbage. And why is he carrying just one onion? That's an odd choice of items, but okay. Let's rest amidst the bodies of the wargs. We may be attacked in our sleep, but no, we're actually okay. But we failed to camouflage our camp. We might be attacked, yep. After 1 hour's rest, we were attacked by a greater tassel worm. Ow. But it wasn't that big of a threat. However, 67 experience is not a bad amount of experience. Also, our monk needs to get better, or not monk, rogue needs to get better at setting up camp, apparently. Looks like she got a bit of dex damage, too. We do, however, have
Not hesitate.
a lesser restoration spell now, don't we? There we go. Back up to 20 dex. What belt is she wearing? Oh, dexterity. Right, okay.
I won't be halted. Stand with me.
Oh, no, will-o-wisps. This is gonna hurt. Badly injured. We should get bless up. These things are really hard to hit sometimes. Well, they don't hit very hard if they're not slamming out chain lightnings. Right. Everything died there just fine. Oh, there's a greater tassel worm. Alright, we're just gonna get haste. I don't think we need anything bigger than that.
We shall overcome.
My name onto your flesh.
I only really care about the greater tassel worm. They do a poison attack that can be really nasty and drain a whole bunch of dex. Just as a heads up.
We do it.
Luckily, our barbarian has some pretty hefty
I stand ready.
fort saves. I think if I show you here, weird Tetzelworm, it attacked us. It did hit us. Yeah, got a bite on a lane, but we fort saved it. So DC was 18. She threw a 25, which is pretty good. And that's why we didn't get poisoned or toxined or whatever. A ghoul and a chest. Alright, chest it is first.
A trivial task.
Thank you. A dead man staggers towards you. There's a gaping hole in the middle of his chest, and you can see the white of bone through the tears in his decayed flesh. He speaks with a halting, gurgling wheeze. Living one, I do not want to harm you. Help me. How can I help you? The face said, I'll reach my final rest when 2 coins serve as my eyelids. Give me just 2 coins. Alright, regular gold coins. Go. You put 2 coins over the dead man's eyes, but they fall from his sockets onto the ground. The dead man hisses, all lies, damn Fae, damned. Who are you? I had a name. Dorsey had a bride. Now I'm no one, alone, less than no one. What happened to the village? The man groans, and you see his hands twitch and curl into fists. Fae, damn Fae, killed everyone, every single one. Hate them all. Hate all the Fae. Hate the headman. Why the Fae? The dead man's decayed hands sink into the edges of the huge hole in his chest. The Fae stole my bride, killed her, killed me, the whole village, and the headman, that bastard, helped them. Sold his own daughter to the Fae. Nita, my love. Evil, all of them. How I hate them. Okay, bye.
I lead. You follow.
He wants us to put him to rest. I think we need...
successful in my search.
Don't unlock that. It is a trapped chest full of traps.
That was easy.
Okay, we got the disarm. Let's see.
Impossible.
Good thing we saved.
Impossible.
What's the check on this? 25. So we need to roll 14 or above. That's actually quite high. But I'm not going to give up a chest just because the game gives us crappy rolls.
Impossible.
Although it seems to give us lots of crappy rolls. Come on, we can do it.
A trivial
Yay, what did we get?
task.
A demolisher, it's called. What is a demolisher? It is a heavy pick +1, and it's a construct bane. What does construct bane do, you ask? An extra, it counts as an extra +2 weapon and deals 2d6 extra damage against constructs. So like golems and stuff like that. That's kind of nice. We're gonna end off here because we're about at half an hour. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. In the next video, we'll continue on with this area, finish it up, see if we can find a way to put the ghoul at ease, and then probably have to head back to the capital at that point in time. Take care, everyone.